Hello, I'm glad to see you again in the Venus Bulletin. I'm Ngọc from Hanoi and now the headlines. Vietnamese President holds talks with Sultan Brunei. Prime Minister attends investment promotion conference in Ninh Thuận Province. Vietnamese Cultural Week in Cambodia opens in Phnom Penh. President Trần Đại Quang on August 27th held a bilateral meeting with Sultan Hassanan Bolkiah in Bandar Seri Begawan as part of his 3-day state-level visit to Brunei Darussalam. At their talks, which took place after the welcoming ceremony, President Trần Đại Quang and Sultan Hassanan Bolkiah affirmed their determination to further deepen and expand the two countries' relations in the interest of the two peoples. The two leaders agreed to coordinate in implementing activities to celebrate the 25th anniversary of bilateral diplomatic ties in 2017. They agreed to soon organize the first meeting of the Bilateral Cooperation Committee in Vietnam to set forth measures to strengthen cooperation in specific areas, especially economics, trade and investment, so as to achieve the target of $500 million in two-way trade by 2025. The two leaders agreed to boost defense collaboration and consider negotiating and signing agreements involving ties in a wide range of areas, including transnational crime prevention, mutual legal assistance on penal affairs, extradition, and the transfer of prisoners, labor, and maritime transportation. The two leaders also exchanged notes on regional and international issues, agreeing to support each other at forums, particularly in ASEAN and the United Nations, and to strengthen unity and maintain the central role of ASEAN in the regional security structure. They emphasized the importance of maintaining peace, stability, security, and safety in the EC, while agreeing to pushing for the settlement of disputes in the sea by peaceful means and join other parties in implementing the Declaration on the Conduct of Parties in EC fully and effectively, working towards the formation of a code of conduct in the EC in order to maintain peace, stability, cooperation, and development in the region and the world. On the same day, the Vietnamese leader visited the Brunei LNG company, during which he confirmed that Vietnam encourages and creates favorable conditions for the Vietnam National Oil and Gas Group to develop its cooperation with foreign partners with advanced technologies like the Brunei LNG. Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc has urged the South Central Province of Ninh Thuận to give more specific policy commitments to win investors' confidence. Speaking at the province's investment promotion on August 27th, Prime Minister Phúc held that Ninh Thuận has high potential for growth thanks to its favorable location, as well as natural and cultural conditions. Prime Minister Phúc suggested the province to increase the number of enterprises while revising its strategic planning towards the green economy and sustainable growth. Ninh Thuận should also foster connections with other regional localities to create larger space for development. The local government must change their mindset in management, creating favorable development space for enterprises and locals, while becoming more active and determined in improving its investment environment, the Prime Minister said. Ninh Thuận has the largest wind and solar energy resources in Vietnam. With a 105-kilometer coastline, the province is also strong in production of salt, fishing, maritime economy, and tourism. Currently, the province is encouraging investment in energy, tourism, agriculture, fisheries, industrial production, education, construction, and real estate. At the conference, Prime Minister Nguyễn Xuân Phúc witnessed the signing of a number of agreements on investment projects in wind power, breeding, and high-end resort construction, with total capital of nearly 9.5 trillion dong, equivalent to $431.8 million. Earlier the same day, the Prime Minister attended a groundbreaking ceremony for the Chung Nam Wind Power Plant, the first of its kind in Ninh Thuận. The first phase of the 90-megawatt plant is expected to complete in the fourth quarter of 2017, providing green power to the province and the country. The Vietnamese Cultural Week 2016 in Cambodia kicked off at the Cham To Mak Hall in Phnom Penh on August 26. The Vietnamese Cultural Week is one of the important cultural events to realize the two countries' 2012 to 2017 cooperation plan in culture and finance. The event is seen to have Cambodians understand more about the Vietnamese nation and people, thus contributing to lifting the bilateral friendship, neighborliness and cooperation to a new height on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of bilateral diplomatic ties in 2017. This is the sixth time the two countries have coordinated in organizing the Vietnamese Cultural Week in Cambodia. The two peoples have gained better understanding each other through exhibitions and art performances held within the framework of the Vietnamese Cultural Week in Cambodia and the Cambodian Cultural Week in Vietnam, as well as the exchange of leader delegations and art troops. The 2016 event is held in Phnom Penh on August 26th and 27th, and will then take place in Siem Reap City on August 28th and 29th. An international exhibition themed All Color of Asia is underway in the State Darwin Museum in Russia's capital of Moscow as part of activities to celebrate the 20th anniversary of the ASEAN-Russia Agreement on Friendship and Cooperation. The event displays paintings highlighting unique cultural features of ASEAN countries that Russian artists made during 3 years traveling through all 10 member countries of the bloc, together with works of art from the State Museum of Oriental Art. Visitors to the event also have opportunities to enjoy folk music and traditional food of ASEAN nations. Minister Councillor Lai Ngọc Duan from the Vietnamese Embassy said that this is a good chance for Vietnam to introduce its nation and people, as well as the country's renewed achievements to the world. This exhibition has contributed to fostering the connections among ASEAN countries, as well as their friendship with Russia, he added. It will open to the public until November 6. Vietnam's rice export to the European Union will enjoy a 0% tariff from 2018 as the free trade agreement between Vietnam and the EU takes effect. The agreement will allow the country to export 100,000 tons of rice each year to the EU, coupled the current figure. Many countries around the world have applied measures to restrict rice imports and even refused to open their rice markets during FTA negotiations, but the EU has spared some space for Vietnamese rice. According to analysts, the commitment will have Vietnamese enterprises save up to $20 million per year. Data from the Vietnam Food Association showed the country exported 18,000 tons of rice to the EU last year, down 10% from 2014 and 25% from 2013. In 2013, Vietnam accounted for 3% of the EU rice market, while Thailand made up about 80%, Cambodia 22%, and India 24%. The experts said that Cambodia only entered the global rice market 5 years ago, but its rice have won the world's best rice award at the annual Rice Trader Conference for 3 consecutive years. Though most local mooncake producers now prefer making cakes on an industrial scale using modern technology, a number of small-scale producers and households still use traditional wooden molds to make the sweets. In Hanoi, artisans on certain streets still manage to retain the time-honored craft of mooncake mold making. In the 1960s, as those went along Hanoi's old quarter, this could easily hear the clatter of chisels and hammers from the cake mold shops. As time has gone by, this echo has gradually disappeared.
Baltic and Hankwat streets in Hanoi Old Quarter were formerly famous for carpentry and making mooncake molds, but now only a few households still keep the traditional craft. And now let's join us to visit a family that still pursue this time-honored craft.
Đang sử dụng mấy cái khung máy.
Phạm Văn Quang, 60 years old, is among a few masters that still retained the art of cake mold carving. His woodworking shop is tucked into an inconspicuous corner of Hankwat Street. Every day he produces cake molds in all its shapes and sizes. A standard mold should be solid enough, while still pliable and elastic, as you need to knock the cake out of the mold. But the molds are easily broken, therefore they are usually made from Dipryrus decandra and faux acacian wood. Guang said, what is crucial is how to grasp a customer's idea and make it into a real product.
The most difficult thing is to grasp the idea from customers, then build my own idea and begin with the wooden chisel. As for how beautiful it may be, that's the customer's decision. Buyers can easily figure out what mold is beautiful because this is a professional craft. A bad production will not be saleable, for sure.
The mold making business flourished in the 1990s when the country got out of the budget subsidy system and shifted into a market economy. A range of households and craft villages burst into making cakes, bringing along the development of the mold making business. The golden age has now gone. However, wooden hand-carved molds still have their own target customers since they can easily be customized to fit their ideas.
There are a certain number of producers and customers who like to use traditional wooden molds to make their cakes because their sophisticated designs meet requirements that common molds cannot.
A traditionalist to the core, but Guang also made some changes to his molds to meet the demands of the market with numerous special customized orders.
It's a family trade. As for why I still make molds, it's to make a living. As long as I can compete and serve the demand of society, my craft still exists and develops. That's it.
Not only earning his daily living, when Guang wraps up his work in his tiny workshop, his hand lends a hand to preserving the traditional unique crafts of Hanoi.
And that has wrapped up our news bulletin. Thanks for watching and see you next time.